Hello, welcome to the House of the Spirits. Welcome home. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Capricorn for the month of June. No, I don't think so. Okay. For the month of June 2024. And while I'm shuffling the cards, I would also like to invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And also like and share the video if you resonate with the message. A lot of cards. Okay. Let's see. What do we have for Capricorn for this month of June 2024? So first card we have is Oshun with sensuality. Beautiful card. Okay. We have the Knight of Cups. The Hermit card. The Five of Pentacles. Let me just focus this. Okay. Good. So next card we have is the Eight of Cups. Okay. It's very similar lighting here. It's very interesting because this is the waning moon, right? And this is the crescent moon in the Five and the Eight of Cups. So maybe this is a little bit of a hint of the timing, right? And the Seven of Swords. You see all these Knight cards and the Hermit suggests to me that something's happening at night. How interesting. Three of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, the Moon. Okay. And finally we have the Tower. Okay. Something's clearly happening at night. Let's see. Cosmos, globalization, playfulness, the self, and spontaneity. Interesting. Tradition, resurrection, truth, sincerity, and clear path. And the last card is secret, mystery, stability, protection, solitude, and ordeal. This card, the secret, has been coming out for a lot of signs. So maybe this is some kind of a collective energy that is also trying to warn us about something that is going to change for a lot of us, because some sort of a secret is coming out. Okay, so right now I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into the mythology in each one of these decks, and I will have some more insights. Yeah, I'm already having so many intuitive visions, but I would love to wait for a little while, because this month I've been diving a little bit deeper into the mythology and really explaining what is the mythology behind these two decks, especially because The Mythic Tarot is focused on the Western Greek tradition, and the Sacred India Tarot is focused, of course, on the Indian tradition. And the Goddess Oracle has many traditions, and it's more focused on the feminine and the goddess perspective. So just give me a little moment to meditate and I'll be right back. Okay, so let's start with the card Oshun. She is the Brazilian goddess from Umbanda tradition, the goddess of the water, and most of her rituals are surrounding water, the water theme, of course, and the keyword here is sensuality. And because of the Knight of Cups being here, and the Knight of Cups is represented by Perseus. He was son of Zeus and a mortal woman, but he is the embodiment of the hero who is motivated by the love of women. And he is described as being highly devoted and worshipping of women's characteristics, love, beauty, truth, high ideals, high feminine ideals, and he's a champion of women. So with the Oshun card, which is also very feminine, right, and is actually about sensuality, so the meeting of the female body, right, I feel like there's this idealization of the feminine that maybe has brought about some sort of knowledge, like deeper knowledge in yourself about how you relate to women. And with the Hermit card here, we have Kronos. And Kronos is, of course, the god of time, and he is also the equivalent of to Saturn, and Saturn is the planet, the astral representative of Capricorn. So I really feel like there's something very deep this month for you that's kind of like it's connected to your mission here on earth, to your karma if you believe in karma, or to some sort of deep and meaningful truth that you have to discover about yourself. And it's going to be this month that you're kind of you will have this revelation. We have the Tower in the end. So, but I don't think that the Tower is here because it's an event that it's in the end of the month. I feel like there's this Tower feeling all over the month, like of really having to go deeper and deeper and deeper, into yourself, because we have the moon all over the reading, and there's this blessing that comes from darkness, that comes from meeting the most shadowy aspects of yourself. And I feel like it's funny because it's not something that is going to hit you in the face or something. I feel like there's this beautiful, noble, and dignified way of meeting your shadow because it's voluntary. And because it's voluntary, it will be even better. The wisdom will be so much deeper and so much and easier to integrate, right? Because it's willfully that you will meet it. It's not something that is just happening to you, right? It's something that you decide to do. And it's a very good decision and wise decision. We have here the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords is represented by Orestes, and he he's how do I say, he needs to use his guile and his diplomacy and tact in order to achieve his goal. So this is a card in where you learn that sometimes if you go straight to your point and you are very forceful and you impose your will onto others or on the situation, you immediately lose. So what is good and what is bad is something that is asking for discernment, is asking for time. So give yourself time. Do not rush into anything. There is this feeling of loss, right? Here we have Psyche, and she is achieving another goal in her relationship with Eros, which is giving up all hope of the relationship that she dreamt. But at the same time, what she's doing is very wise, because what she's doing is she's giving space to the divine to teach her how to do it, to teach her how to relate. And this feeling of loss that is also here represented by Daedalus, and he's in a position where he kind of gives up also on his own approach. It's not that he gives up on what he wants also. It's just that he could not adjust at the specific time to the challenge that he had in front of him, and he was clinging to the past, and this led to a loss, right? This led to specifically in Daedalus's case, to an assassination. And it's like he had to shrink himself, to hide himself, because he wasn't living up to his own ideals. So this is a recurrent theme in these cards, is that do not idealize too much the female form, or do not let yourself be taken by your sensual and your sensory needs, and also to be deceived by your own need to kind of idealize people, so that you can negotiate from a position of balance and strategy and rationality. And although I feel like this is a reading about relationships, I feel like there's this need to discern, to be thoughtful, to be intentional. And in order to do that, you need to calm down your senses, and you need to calm down your need to this. It's the need for the ecstasy of worship, right? And sometimes we can get confused in our devotion to others and in our devotion to our own ideals and expectations. And we can confuse that with the relationship with someone. And we are not seeing that person for who he or she is, and we are just projecting our expectations onto and our ideals onto that person, and we end up being very confused and maybe even destroying whatever is left, right? So this is the first part. So it's very, very heavy energy, but at the same time, I feel like as soon as you understand this process that you're going through, it's going to feel very easy and light, because It's going to be more in the mind and not so much in your body and in your emotions. So I would like to dive deeper now into the Indian mythology. So just give me a little moment to focus on these cards. Okay, so let's now start with the Three of Discs or Pentacles. This card is depicting the four sides of Prince Siddhartha. He was, of course, the Buddha later on. And he ventured 3 times outside of his palace, and he saw poverty and an old man, sickness, and a corpse, right? So actually, he saw an old man, a desperate sick person, and a corpse. The 3 times he ventured out. This is what I meant. I'm so sorry. And the 4th time, this is why it's the 4 sides of, and it's the 3 of discs. So this is a little bit of a confusing for someone, so for some of us. But the thing is, on the 4th outing, he encountered a serene sage. He was calm and he was peaceful, and he was at peace with dukkha, with suffering, right? And or for evil. And this is the 3 of Pentacles in this particular deck. Is talking to us about being aligned with our own destiny and knowing exactly what to do. So knowing what we should work on in order to achieve our objectives and going about it, right? So this is a month where you will start feeling like you are now working towards the right path, which is very interesting also, because I feel like you are going to do this because you are going to discover something. Here we have the secret, we have the truth card here with tradition, sincerity, and also we have the self. So there's something about yourself aligning with a truth and discovering a secret or some information that was just not available to you at the moment and is now going to come into the forefront. With the Queen of Pentacles here, we have Hariti. She was the wife of Kubera, the king, the king of riches, right? The god of riches, of material wealth. And she is an ambiguous figure because she's an earth mother, but she's also malefic as well as beneficent. And it was said that she would torment or visit with diseases children until the age of 6, and from 6 years old forward she would protect them for life. This is of course a symbol because children until they're 6 they have a lot of diseases, and then they start building up their immune system. And in countries where there are a lot of diseases, if they survive, they're very strong and they're blessed, right? So there's this feeling of being very abundant, but because you have worked towards it, it's something that you have earned. And I also feel like with the sensuality card here, with the moon and the night, I do feel like there's something that you are going to discover, maybe about a feminine figure. It may be about your mother, or some relationship with a female energy in in your life, some sort of, maybe it's not even a secret, it's just something that you never realized, something that you never knew. And I feel like there's yeah, I do feel like there's more of the propensity of this knowledge to be relational, or about a relationship, about a romantic relationship, because we have here the Page of Cups, or lotuses, and this card is represented by Aniruddha, and he's the grandson of Krishna. He was a romantic hero. He is an archetypal romantic hero, very much like this Knight of Cups here. So there's this divine feminine representation that I think is being challenged this month. And yeah, I really feel like you're going to discover something about maybe even the female lineage in your family, because we have the tradition here, the tradition card here, resurrection, which also speaks to me about something from the past, like farther back in the past. And then we have Chandra, and he's the moon god, and he is also very ambiguous. He's also kind of a bad boy, although he had amazing supernatural power. He sometimes chose to use it in, maybe unconventional or unexpected ways. Maybe he acted many times in a very unpredictable way, maybe a little bit arrogant even, meaning he didn't have like all the, he wasn't the perfect, all quality. And most of the Hindu gods have some sort of a little bit of a dark side to them, at least to my knowledge. There's also always a little bit of a very powerful, sometimes overwhelming our small and narrow-minded human existence, right? So I feel like with the moon here, there's really this propensity this month for you to have intense revelations, very deep insights, and there's something about also the sensuality, your senses, like knowing very well your senses and how to manifest the things that you desire, but at the same time not letting them overwhelm you, because there's some sort of wisdom that's coming here. And because it's willingly that you go towards this process of transformation, it's going to be very, very fruitful. And I don't think it's going to be, there's no suffering. Although I see here there's the Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and there's challenge, but I don't see suffering, which is very, very good. So let's finish here with the Seven of Wands. We have, of course, Sita's trial by fire, and we know that she was accused of adultery because she was kidnapped by Ravana, and when she was taken back by Lord Rama, many people said that she was impure. So she had this trial by fire where she went into a funerary pyre, and she was unscathed. she was pure. She was so pure of heart and pure and truthful that she proved her innocence and her purity, right? So I feel like this is something that will require courage. It is a challenge for you because I feel like this is the hardest part. The hardest part is to keep that diplomatic, that kind of discerning and wise, and give it time, and kind of not being impulsive. Maybe this is the most challenging part of this whole process, because the Tower to me is not like the final card, like a final resolution. To me, the Tower card here is the spirit of the reading, and it is like permeating your being, and kind of you want to know, you want to solve this, you want to face this, you want to move on, right? And this has to be done with all these steps in mind. And you have to be patient, because there's some information that you don't know yet that is coming to the forefront this month, that will allow you to do this, to keep going on this process, because I don't feel like you're going to finish this process this month. I think it's going to maybe go on for some time after, maybe another month. And in the Tower card, we have the representation of Rudra Shiva destroying the tower of ego in order for consciousness to be regained, and for consciousness to evolve and to regain its true dimension, its true stature. So I think it's also going to be a great discovery this month for you. It's going to be a month where you are going to be illuminated with a lot of knowledge, and it's self-knowledge. It's something that you will carry forward to all your experience, and it's going to impact your life, maybe until the end of your life, or even after. Maybe it's even the sort of wisdom that you're going to pass on to your children, or to friends or family. So I do hope that you enjoyed this reading. It was massively deep for me. It's very inspiring to see so many people going into these processes of evolution and illumination, and I hope that this mythology and the stories behind the cards helped you. They helped me a lot with all my healing and evolution, of course. So if you did like this reading, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. I would love to know what your opinion is on what I'm doing on this channel. So I hope to see you very soon again. Bye.